If you are anything like me, you may dislike sanding. I found a sander that could make it marginally bearable, even fun, and in extreme cases, even therapeutic. How's it? My name is Dylan, this is Ply Creations, and as always, warm welcome to my workshop. Anybody who knows me knows and have attended my classes will know that I reach for either a hand plane or a scraper when it comes to finishing my project. Some time ago I built a 3.5 meter boardroom table and I needed something with, shall we say, a plug, and after much deliberation, research and testing, this guy, the Metabo SXE450 Turbotec, ended up on my workbench. And if you are on the fence about buying this particular sander, I can just tell you I like it, and if you are hovering with your finger over that buy button, you can go ahead. If you want to know why I like it so much, stick around and I'll tell you. So as a primary user of hand planes and scrapers, what sold me on the sander from Metabo? One would think it's its functionality, possibly the power, even its stunning good looks. We all like a green tool, but honestly the main selling point for me was ergonomics, and I was immediately sold because I hate fighting my tools, and partially my vacuum system or my shop vac is to blame for it. It's not necessarily the best out there and it tends to pull tools over, and I'm always afraid that it will pull a tool off the tabletop. You should see me work with my Festool domino. But in this case, the center of gravity is such that it doesn't even topple, or any tension on the vac hose doesn't even topple the tool. And I can put a single hand on the sander and I get a nice, smooth, even finish without any hassle. And that leads to sanding sometimes to become slightly therapeutic. Don't tell anyone. But ergonomics, not the only selling point, and its functionalities as well contributed greatly, and that I'll show to you next. Let me tell you about the tricks that this sander has up its sleeve. First is you can set the swing on the pad, so you can actually switch between coarser work and finer work without switching between sanders, and this makes this effectively two sanders in one, both for coarse and finer work. And coarse work wise, there is another option as well that provides even more versatility. But you can set the pad at the bottom of the sander between a swing of 2.8 millimeters for finer work and 6.2 millimeters for coarser work. I'm quickly going to show you how easy it is to set, and all you really need to do is follow the instructions on the side of the sander. So quickly show you that. So if you look at the sander here, first step is you push the red button in, then you swing the pad around until it clicks. You then turn the pad 180 degrees. I don't know if this was on purpose, but there's little holes at the bottom of the pad, so I know that I need to swing this to the other side of the sander. I release it, and that effectively sets the swing on the pad. Really easy to change. I did find it a little bit fiddly when I first got the sander, but as I needed to change back and forth, I got used to it, and it's really easy to do. The second option, or the second aspect that one needs to consider, is the sander's got a turbo function. Now the turbo function will increase the amount of revolutions and therefore increase material removal. It's really ideal in a setup where you are a hybrid tool woodworker, and sometimes you need to remove snipe from a board. I don't do a lot of epoxy, so I haven't tested it on epoxy yet. I have tested geared sanders, and although one would think that a geared sander would remove material quicker, frankly, I didn't see a significant difference between the two, at least not a difference that will motivate for the price difference between the two tools. So the turbo function works really well, and if I need to remove a lot of material, I'll just slap a 80 grit pad onto it. I set it to turbo mode, and it really makes short work of stuff like snipe or small dings and indentations or imperfections in your workpiece. And all you do to set the turbo is throw that switch on or off, and your turbo is set. So versatility wise, this particular sander honestly cannot be beat, and in effect it's two sanders. So here's the Metabo SXE450 Turbotec. The best sander money can buy? Probably not. Is it the best sander for the money? I believe it is. As far as versatility, ergonomics, ease of use goes, it's really a great tool and you can't go wrong. Something that I haven't mentioned in this video yet is vibration and discomfort as a result of the vibration on a sander. In the research I had done and read up, it's clear that some users experience pain and even discomfort when using some sanders, and in the case of the Metabo, I can say that I haven't experienced any discomfort, pain or anything such like. Of course, I do need to mention that I don't sand for hours on a day, but no discomfort on the side. So it's a really versatile tool and well worth the money. Is it perfect? Not exactly. I do think that the dust extraction could be a little bit better, but it's by no means bad to the point where I need to use my dust mask while using the sander, first of all. Second of all, what I did do with the sander is at the bottom I added a backing pad that just protects the Velcro on the soft pad on the sander itself from heat. Sanders do heat up, but really that's the only bad things or any negatives I could find on the sander, and I love it. Currently it seems to be retailing around about $300 US, give or take, depending on where you are in the world, may be different, but comparatively it's really good value for money, and I would strongly suggest that if you have been looking at this sander, that you pull the trigger and get yourself one. You won't be disappointed. Main reason for making this video is the fact that I have a write-up with a little bit more detail on my website, and I'm leaving the link in the description to that article. Is likely the most popular article on my website, and I get by far the most hits there. So if you want to read a little bit more about this sander, please head over to the website and go and have a look at the article. But this is a short one, and that brings us to the end of another edition of Ply Creations. And as always, thank you for joining me in my workshop. I'm leaving the link to my website in the description and at the bottom of the screen now. Any other information where you can buy the tool, links and so forth, you'll find that in the description as well. But as always, I hope you have a good one. Be safe in your workshop and enjoy the sanding. Cheers.